This is Blind Ham News with stories of interest to blind and visually impaired hams. With today's report, here is Steve Bauer, W0QA.
Welcome to Blind Ham News, podcast number 15. When you think about the different topics that people talk about on ham radio, or anywhere as a matter of fact, probably the most talked about topic is the weather. And in amateur radio, there are countless weather nets every day of the week. And there are even additional nets when severe weather activity is occurring. There is one interesting net that's on each week, and it's the Skywarn Youth Net. And this is an opportunity for people to talk about the weather, and the youth are getting involved. And we're talking with Caleb, KE0FOE, who is involved in that activity. Welcome into our podcast.
Hey there, Steve. Thanks so much for having me.
So, Caleb, how long have you been a licensed amateur radio operator?
I got my license when I was 11 in 2015, so it's been almost 10 years now.
So the Skywarn Youth Net is going on. It meets on Sunday evening. Tell me about the net and how it got started and what it's doing.
Very good. Yeah, this net was created by Jim Sellers, our founder, N0UAM, in 2016. His goal was to simply have a check-in net that young hams would run, give them a chance to practice passing traffic, encourage other youths to participate, and to share basic weather information. The Skywarn Youth Net meets on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, almost every Sunday except for the occasional holiday. We have several ways for people to connect in. We have an All-Star node, an Echolink node, DMR talk groups, and a YSF reflector, as well as several repeater systems all around the U.S. that link in with us. And of course, if anybody is curious, you can find all of that information, including node numbers and repeater frequencies, on our website, www.skywarnyouth.net.
And since I know a lot of the people that listen to this podcast are all-star users, can you give us that node number?
Yes, the main node is 60734. 60734.
Now, do you activate during severe weather situations at all?
No, sir. We have so many different systems around the U.S. that it simply would not be effective to have a local repeater activate a weather net because it just wouldn't be relevant elsewhere. We don't report to the Weather Service or anything else. It's just simply there to get folks interested in the weather, to learn what they can. We have a nice presentation on our website about all sorts of different severe weather, and just to get them familiar with checking the temperature, looking at the sky, and stuff like that.
How many people do you generally have check into your net?
We have around 30-plus people nowadays. We've had a nice big system over in the Pacific Northwest come and join us, and it's been really wonderful.
Tell me about the net controls. Tell me about some of the young people that are doing that role, and what's the youngest person that you have involved with the Skywarn Youth Net?
Yeah, we currently have 3 net controllers, including myself, ranging from high school to college age. We've had a few others come and go in the past, and I'm always hoping to find other young hams who would like to help run a net occasionally or regularly. We even had a girl as young as 8 be a net controller for a while. However, unfortunately, it has been proven to be difficult to keep them interested.
So what are the other activities in ham radio that you are involved with?
Well, actually, I'm glad you asked. Very recently, in this month of March, we started running a special event station. The call was N0A, November 0 Alpha. It was the first time we ever did this. For severe weather awareness, we've been using HF single sideband, FT8, and FT4. We've worked over 1,000 digital stations and around 300 voice stations, and we plan to do this again in the future as it's been very positive, and we've even heard some folks happy to learn about some weather information that we had on our website. And we post all this stuff on our website when we're doing it and what call sign we use. We liked the N0A because it sounds like Noah, and it was available. So yeah, it was been a really successful event. Also, something that kind of happened recently with this N0A event is we actually worked a pilot who was literally in the air at the time.
This is N0A, November 0 Alpha, calling CQ, Special Event Station for Severe Weather Awareness, calling CQ.
November 9, X-ray Golf Juliet.
All right, I think that was November 9 X-ray Golf Juliet, is that right?
Affirmative, roger, November 9, X-ray Golf Juliet, Aeronautical Mobile Station, currently over Salina, Kansas, over at flight level 250.
All right, very good. Awesome. Salina, Kansas. Man, this skip on 20 is crazy. I am in Branson, Missouri, so not too far away. I have 79 degrees and mostly sunny skies over here in Branson. How's the weather up there in the air?
Currently we're looking at negative 30 degrees and we're above a cloud deck, clear above us, obviously, and smooth air.
Awesome. I copied negative 30 up in the air above the clouds and then a clear above. Thank you so much. What altitude are you at, if you can share?
Roger, currently you're cruising at 25, that's 25,000 feet.
All right, copy, 25,000 feet. Wow, thank you so much. You are actually the second air mobile station I have worked during this special event, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, we're running this event to inform other folks about severe weather awareness. I know as a pilot you certainly are. But thank you so much for the contact.
No problem, and thanks for spreading the word, and fascinating subject. Good luck, 73s. Have a great day.
Yep, very good there, 73. This is N0A, November 0 Alpha, Special Event Station for Severe Weather Awareness.
Hey, man, that is pretty cool. And if people want more information about the net, give us that webpage again.
Yeah, very good. The website is www.skywarnyouth.net. Very nice and simple, pretty much the name of it in the website.
All right. And if they want to contact you, how can they reach you?
Yeah, I have my personal email for my call sign on my QRZ page. And we also have a direct Gmail email on the website as well. So I check both of those, and I try to respond to anybody who's inquiring about the net.
Well, Caleb, we wish you luck with the net. It's cool that you're getting young people involved and letting them experience being net controls and being part of the net. And I think that's a really cool thing. So thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Steve, for having me. I appreciate you folks interested in what we're doing.
Have a story or information to submit for the podcast? Send it by email to blindhamnews@gmail.com or call 662-426-6397. That's 662-HAM-NEWS. Thanks for your help.
I'm Steve, W0QA, and that's the report this time. I hope you can join me again for another Blind Ham News podcast. 73, and thanks for listening.